forget to subscribe.
How to protect yourself emotionally from the negative effects of rejection during game in general. It's not just day game, night game, even online game, I guess. There's a few things I want to talk about. Before we kick it off, I'm Dave, and this channel is dedicated to giving you no BS, novel, dating advice for the modern man. Check out my website, onemansLifeMission.com, to sign up to do some coaching with myself. But to start with, we are out here at a great little vantage point. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of a vantage point before. I'm not sure if anyone's really talked about it, but I call it a vantage point where you can sit down and you have the opportunity of jumping up and doing approaches. You see, if you think about it this way, if you're, see, like you've got people, there you go, you've got people walking up and down, how do I do this? Up and down like this. You can see them. They're all walking in the one direction, up and down. You can see? All the way down like that. Now, if you're walking that direction, or let's just say you're walking with these people, you're walking that direction, there's no one walking that way except for the people on either side of you that you can approach. And so really, all you've got the opportunity is the girls going the other direction. So you're pretty much losing half of all of your opportunities to do approaches. But if you sit in the middle, you've got people going from both directions and twice as many approaches, twice as many opportunities. Kind of common sense, right? If you pick a spot like right here, we got a nice little seating spot here, and you can see there's the people walking all the way along here, and they go all the way down there. So you've got one set of flow. You've also got flow coming through there towards us, and over here you've got girls coming towards us this direction as well. And on top of that, it's a little bit, I think this is just my camera really, and you've also got lots of girls coming out of there, coming down here. So you've got multiple different directions. You've got unlimited girls popping out all over the place. So I guess if you see over there, you got the girl in white popping out of there. You got these two that just came from that direction, and then you got that one over there coming this direction, and then you've got this one in black coming towards us here, this direction. So you sit down, chill out, grab yourself a coffee or a water or whatever, and pop off and do some approaches in all different directions. So that's the basic understanding of what I would deem to be a good vantage point. This is a great little vantage point. And so, how to protect yourself. So a lot of the strategies out there for cold approach are to be kind of high energy, throw out a lot of good energy, and almost fake how positive you are. That's very emotionally taxing for you. There's an idea that you need to be funny. There's like almost a belief that you need to be funny and humorous and high energy and a positive guy to approach girls. And if you're always out there giving, that can really hurt you emotionally. It can hurt you very emotionally. And just say you do 5 approaches and you're giving a lot of goodwill out there, but you're not getting any goodwill back. You're just getting a lot of harsh rejections. That can be very emotionally taxing, and it might not hurt you the first day. You might say, "Oh, I'm a man, I can handle it," and then a couple of days later, you don't feel so great. A couple of weeks later, you start getting a little bit annoyed and thinking something's not right. and then a couple months later you start getting really frustrated, thinking that you're doing something wrong, which arguably a lot of the time you are, and then you quit. Doing that is so emotionally taxing, and I just recommend that you don't do it. You don't need to be out there giving all these positive emotions when you're not getting any back. Society's supposed to be equal. We're supposed to live in a fair and equal society. It shouldn't always be skewed heavily in favor of the women that you're approaching. It should be fair. You shouldn't always be providing the good energy. You shouldn't always be providing the money, the time, the effort, pursuing them, and doing everything and then getting nothing in return. And so a lot of what I recommend that you guys do is chill out a little bit more. You don't need to be giving the great, positive energy. And think about it this way. Here's another thing. If every other guy is doing that, he's coming across nervous as well. He's coming across weak and needy. He's coming across giving away his power. He's giving away his leverage. And if you don't do that, then you're going to be different, aren't you? Think about it that way. So that's what I try to teach guys, so that they don't end up quitting within 3 months. Because if they're giving away all of their power or their leverage and all of their self-respect, then it's emotionally taxing. It can cause a lot of stress for guys, and then they end up quitting. And the final thing I wanted to talk about is I'm learning more and more every day how little understanding of the other side men are seeing, or how little success, how unsuccessful men are in general. Maybe it's just the sample size of a lot of the guys in the community that I'm seeing, a lot of the guys that might be DMing me. A lot of the guys that are DMing me and they want to waste my time with a lot of questions. I get a lot of stupid questions, people wasting my time, inviting me to come hang out with them and teach them game for free, disrespecting my time, disrespecting me, and it shows that they disrespect their own time and disrespect themselves, and they'll never get anywhere in life if they have that belief system. Always looking for a freebie. You either go out there and find someone who's put in the time and effort and hard work to learn how to do cold approach, or you go out there and you spend the next 5 years, quit your job, and spend all of this time on the streets teaching yourself and learn it the hard way. And then you might hit intermediate purgatory, and then you might still have to come to me anyway, or go to some other coach. So respect my time, respect your own time, and stop looking for freebies from a lot of the coaches out there. A lot of the other guys are getting this as well, where you can filter through the guys that have no respect for themselves or you by DMing you and wasting your time with all these stupid questions. I had a guy that just kept asking me stupid questions, and I just blocked him. There's nothing personal, it's just you're wasting my time. I don't have time to be answering all your literally stupid questions. When get a few bucks together and do some coaching. And then he sends me a message on YouTube, as if like it's some sort of a personal attack on him. It's not. I just don't have time for this. I've also had conversations on and off over the last couple of years. I've been out here creating content around dating, and a lot of the guys, it's funny, there's a lot of skeptics out there. There's a lot of guys in the community that I've moved away from the community recently. I've decided that there's no real benefit to it, because I didn't realize how bad it was. I knew it was bad, but I didn't realize it was that bad. So I got guys reaching out to me and chatting to me, and I'll talk to guys if I've got some time in my like busy days, I'll put together some time, like on my way home somewhere, I'll reply to some of you guys. And one guy recently was like, he didn't understand how much success, and didn't believe how much success you can have from cold approach. They just don't believe it. I've got some testimonials out. I've got some, not testimonials, I've got some results that I wish I could turn into testimonials, but a lot of guys that I'm coaching, they don't want their face on camera. They don't want to be in a testimonial telling about how telling you guys how I taught them how to cold approach girls and how they got a hot girlfriend. I've got some unbelievable results for some guys recently that I don't even know how to put it on YouTube, because I just know that you guys aren't going to believe that a guy of such low status, low mate value in a demographic that is arguably undesirable would come to me and say, look, I'm going to quit soon, and you're my last chance. And then I literally within days teach them the right way to cold approach, and finds himself a hot girl, not half his age, but a good solid 15 years younger than him. Hot girl, way out of his league. I think he would agree with that as well. And it's just hard to say that on in public when the majority of men out there, it's just out of their reality. If you hang out with good-looking guys that have good game, and also have some sort of a large social media presence, and have a network of guys around them where they're going to parties all the time, and they have girls flooding their DMs, and everywhere they go out they're so good looking that all the girls are just throwing themselves at them. If you don't actually see that firsthand, it's hard to believe how successful with women the top, say, 5-10% of men truly are. And it might make you sick to your core, understanding how much you're truly missing out on. And if that's the reality of most men, then it's hard to explain to them that cold approach does work. It's just so out of their reality. It reminds me of some stars recently. There were some stars that were very famous, good-looking guys that jacked, really famous. And when they're talking about all the success that they're having, seeing other people react to it, other men react to them online and say, oh, it can't be true, he's fake, he's not getting that much results. But me, I'm looking at that going, yeah, that is in line with what I've seen firsthand from men of that level. And the thing is, if you learn cold approach, you might not be able to compete with those men head to head, but you'll be able to approach girls that they don't have access to and beat them to the punch. Beat them to meeting those girls and dating those girls when those girls don't have access to other guys like that with proper strategies. And that's outside of the reality of most guys. So anyway, there's a few things that I wanted to talk about today. A few things I'm thinking of. The vantage point, great little vantage point. Protecting yourself emotionally. And that's a part of, having covert, invisible, indirect game where you hold your power, hold your leverage, hold your self-respect. And finally, there's men out there having success that you wouldn't believe, and if I told you, you just think that I'm lying to you. It's so far out of your reality that there's no use me even telling you that. I come to the point where a lot of people, I don't argue with people that I can't convince otherwise. And, I do have a lot of students that come to me, and it's just like, oh, I've got some spare money, I'm going to come to Dave, I'm going to give him a shot. I'm running out of options. I'm willing to give this a go. And then I blow their fucking minds. It happens so often. Yeah. Anyway, there's my thoughts for today. I'll see you guys next video.